Well. The race for the top four no, on. Finally, the English Premier League at me about the year. Now be him say last day, we always say last day very dangerous. Into the last day, now you share how the teams will fare or the last day of the Premier League games. And again, the most important part of the whole discussion here, a team na beat me qualify for a top four so far as the Champions League is concerned. It will say about a top six, about a top six. The amount a top six, and say and a net team on also Eddie Europa or beat me about be kind of five and a home. Now on betting the UEFA Champions League next season. Let's not forget. Say initially, na Liverpool the almost number be and all qualify. Now Arsenal the number be all qualify. Manchester City paid their last but one game on boy any points on na BBR so almost so qualify. But again, Tottenham Hotspur after beating Manchester United, it was some mess against Bilbao. Now almost BBR HSA almost so etimi qualify but the sport na the sport between Newcastle United, Aston Villa, and then Chelsea. And na team are your friend and Nottingham Forest. Any team car no be here say how many of them anyway team are joined the first teams here medical can next year the road to Budapest the Puskas Arena for the UEFA Champions League 2026 one man and team are joining the trade I'm yakwakopi hungry and only at the final deal of the Premier League na yeshe na ene na yeni baby of course St James Parker na Newcastle United ne Everton ball oko the City Grounder na Nottingham Forest na Chelsea ball over Anfield na Crystal Palace and Liverpool ball Southampton and Arsenal so edi bomu and na obi say and Manchester United and so Aston Villa at Old Trafford game no be seen inti na ye new baby and it was lovely getting the eye-catching feed memories to make also all these venues so far as the qualification to the UEFA Champions League no concern games ni na timi abanawie na say o ye ramudia na say the media kan no baby na new pa ne venue your friend the City Ground. The City Ground on him. Nottingham Forest home grounds were a honey baby and a new wapa. No be a shed ye. Nottingham Forest everything just to make sure so almost best stop with Chelsea na our Chelsea intimate call the Champions League everything about next year 2026 now because you won't say this season Chelsea and me and qualify for the UEFA Champions League. The road to Allianz Arena next week you better the final between Inter Milan and Ibubuko and friend Paris Saint-Germain and ya say Chelsea it may join it ni e say omo betimi am making it to next year now omo game omo against Nottingham Forest was a big game and a difficult one, not just big, a difficult one because now Chelsea last 10 away games on my bar no metimi win back and that was a game against Fulham at the Craven Cottage. Internet thing so be the Chelsea chance. So we beat him akwakoye bibi. Now Nottingham Forest it is always difficult to beat them at home. Now almost no money says so almost me go in here. Almost had the chance to qualify for the UEFA Champions. So it was a game. It was just like a final match. And now will be a share the beat me in that particular game. Now two teams now the share so Nottingham Forest with their usual setup and then Chelsea so with their usual setup and since I be free baby the notable names now no Nottingham Forest and Chelsea don't no be available the likes of Chris Wood, Anthony Langa, or for Obi Etisa Dominguez, or for Obi Sangari, or for Obi Moreno was back at the Bepe Nikola Milinkovic, or he Obi Oleana, or he goalkeeper cells. Everybody was available. The same thing applies to Chelsea team now. For the likes of Robert Sanchez, James, Marco Cuera, or for Obi Toyson Adara Biayo. Oh, let's single out that guy. Solid centre back. The best game for Chelsea and there. Born Abrantin team the best game since our share the blue shirt and there and Abrantin of full and buy no where you know who watches or Sefata say or you leader at the back for Chelsea Enzo Fernandez offer Obit Samuel Sky Sedu and Kulpama, Noni Madoweki, and then Pedro Neto Jadon Sancho in a 4-3-3 setup. Coach FN Enzo Maresca, it will be setting up now game no chance, you know. Na heading for Chelsea as usual. They said you're not making na and Chena cross will be if you the right side by no be enemy say Jadon Sancho the ball not what them. Unfortunately, Jadon Sancho and Timmy and Fabon and what them and a ball a fast ra ball and Timmy and Kobe ball be a coso and say it was two teams now a clear dominant from any of them but will be putting in effort so beating a BB into ball be a BD Abrantia a fan of Pedro Neto and my ball no a yapra and a ball no bet tall Levico well and him one chamo cry and I Levico where the ball net true at them it was City ground in the 50th minute Chelsea up by a goal to nil and a Chelsea 18 enya sa go no Nottingham Forest prayer coach IFN Enzo Maresca a defensive substitute I must say we Jadon Sancho and or de Romeo Lavia by no stretch called diamond into not the shape no midfield number be a diamond in midfield and a ranting no makan ejinanimu and Chelsea proved experience, Chelsea proved character, Chelsea proved pedigree and to show say of the two teams omuni team na almost se fata say omoko ekopi mu e the Champions League spot na aka no e also omu etimi enya and na Chelsea omu yedu omu beye bia to make sure say one goal na omu team share no goal no ebeka. And as I said, if there was any player to single out the two center back for Chelsea, Robert Sanchez yade, James yade, Marco Correa intervening several times from Anthony Langa. But for me, the two guys who stood out the City ground and team Chelsea FM Brandt fan Toyson Aderabio and then Levico getting the goal for Chelsea in the crucial moment let me push Chelsea to the Champions League. I think say Brandt no ayadie and Chelsea fan enjoy the last moment and I feel that Chelsea enya the last laugh. Enzo Maresca ayadie. Imagine crowning the season with another conference league or Warcross Stadium in Poland. Now we say Chelsea and the last laugh, and we say that whoever laugh last, laugh the best. In the way Chelsea fan, you really laugh, and one laugh for last, who in the gym, and this is what we know Chelsea for. This is what Chelsea and the blue color is known for. Difficult moment, Romo Metropolitan will be able to film. No matter enjoy magic. UEFA Cup final against Benfica will be able so many chance. No matter make it amends. That is what we know Chelsea for. And it's good that the winning mentality of Chelsea, the air back, the resilience of Chelsea, the air back, and then only at there under Abramovich era, no be at the kind able French. Good to see Chelsea back to the Champions League, and I feel that whoever our Champions League would love to see the Blues back next season with few additions. I think Chelsea will go far. Now, after that game, Liverpool for a guard of honor from Crystal Palace. It in a share so party no more yet, saying an party in the BCACO. Game no chance and check, and I ran the penny smile, sir. I'll be enemy the girl in a branch and I got two at night, apart from Papi Matasa and or two at night, in the 9th minute. Emma Crystal Palace. Liverpool, yeah, the Omobinia red card in the 65th minute. Ryan Gravenberch, Netherlands, near branch, and the red card. But who else? It is Mo Salah. Mo Salah bete kano. Emma nemetimi ko yedima Liverpool emo party no entimi answer. And let's not forget say Mo Salah winning the top goal scorer in the Premier League, not a number 9, a right winger. Etimia the goal king kwama 4 times in the Premier League. Now we equal and deco with the number of goals and assists in the season. And now we equal with our branch friend Andy Cole. Until Liverpool almost party now and say finally they were able to salvage the situation by getting a point in the final game at Jurgen Klopp by almost former leaders by Klopp was very happy to back Ewo Anfield and Liverpool partner Negusua. The moment I would Trent Alexander-Arnold saw upon the last game, as usual, some of the fans were not happy, but the guy says he's leaving and over wishing a goodbye and so Ewo. Who we are then we talk about team and friend Arsenal. Arsenal also making sure say Southampton they scared by, but almost team winning by 2-1 and Karen Tierney and then Abrantia your friend Odegaard any team near the 2 goals no edema. My favorite Arsenal player around FN Odegaard near near second goal no edema, and for second straight for third straight times team your friend Arsenal team here the second with the EPL also. Are they going to be back next season to break the deadlock since 2004 on team in the Bunana? They've always been a Netflix and next season team, but I think they finish out and securing the second position at the Champions League spot. No, you give it to Arsenal and then Mikel Arteta. Newcastle United, they seem disappointed in the final minute. So better now who Mohamed Salah show, and you look at the cross from Mikalenko and look at the header from Carlos Alcaraz. Now St. James Parker, St. James me personally, I wanted some of their key players to move to a top team. I wasn't wishing them well, but I knew their position never top set or team and more in the Champions League. Omo fight say omo beye di omo beye bia, but still omo fight na ye fruitful. Everton omo 1-0, and Bruno Gil, Isaac, Fabian Schär, Messi, a last minute ball. It was difficult for them, but Newcastle United and so qualify for the UEFA Champions League next season. Aston Villa, a bad day for Villa, a bad day for Villa. The end man, a bad day for Aston Villa. Obi any say Man United at home they were for anything. Villa with the chance come beat me qualify for the Champions League. You start the game no and who do you see Rasmus Hojlund ball be from Matthew Cash a ball born by the chino and a Rasmus Hojlund a PK ball or PK ball born in the baby idea who answer Emiliano Martinez about the Premier FM. And referee friend Thomas Bramell, it's a man, a red card, let's just say 45 plus 1 minute, and a red card, the advantage Manchester United. And Man United tries some baby on baby. Netting United as usual. They struggle even with 10 men at the numerical disadvantage against Team IFN, Aston Villa. But what else? A pass from Bruno Fernandes. Na pass na fe utwase and about the kusi Abrante Feno Amad Diallo, the Cote d'Ivoire international, the Ivorian international, and all pinball na the two atrem fe goalkeeper Ruben Olsen now be replace Emiliano Martinez na ntimi anyaho hwe and a first goal actually and a Manchester United etimi enya a penalty at Christian Eriksen the last game and all body Man United at Old Trafford or be converted penalty to say goodbye to the fans of Manchester United. Omuwie you know coach your friend Ruben Amorim AJ microphone at the Man United fans say and also a match for a disappointing season, but in all they've rallied behind them and an only idea and mom win the team. They hope to make amends next season. And Seven across Old Trafford. A bad day for Aston Villa, but we wish the teams now qualify for the Champions League all the best. Let's not forget, Chelsea are back in the Champions League. Tottenham Hotspur are back in the Champions League. Liverpool the first, Arsenal the second. Credit to Pep Guardiola and Manchester City, Chelsea, Newcastle United, Tottenham Hotspur. All these teams are qualified for Champions League next season, and it is the road to the Puskas Arena. Budapest Hungary next season. A Champions League final. Credit to the Blues on my year, and as I said, don't forget Levi Cowell and Toyson Adarabiayo for their brilliant work today. And credit to Enzo Maresca, Yabonechia, but finally when you had the last laugh. I and the Ken Sports TV on YouTube. Osheria. Now I share no be now I hit the notification button. Chelsea is back, and let's welcome back them back into the UEFA Champions League. Bye bye.